Welcome at forextrading.com. Let's take a look at close trade example. It's 28th September 2010. It's 4:33 p.m. European time. Let's go directly to 30-minute charts. At first, we're gonna just take a look about the general trend on euro dollar and the pound, British pound and dollar. It's growing. We can see that we are looking for the long positions to take any profit from the market. Well, let's go to the recent situation. What happened with euro dollar? You see here, we see kind of rectangle pattern. It's a pattern of continuation, a classic one, which we can't really see here much buyers or sellers coming in. We see some people taking their profits from those recent moves before. That's why we have some red candles around those sideways moves, like this one, or like this one here, or even the big one side move here, or this one. You see, those are example of continuation profits when we can't really see much strong buying coming in, but we can't really see sellout as well. So that, what does it tell us? It's saying directly to you that we gonna start some buying coming into the market as long as the sellers will stop out with taking profits from those last move, or there will be some decent situation, some specific fundamental publication or anything will show us that we did our sideways move and we are looking in the future to continue the trend. Well, let's take a close look at this, what happened. Let's look at this candle after candle. I want to be a very close look up to this situation. Well, we had this little retracement right here, and we stopped out at 34.44. Let's say this level was crucial. And we did broke out through the downside a little bit, but it was a fake breakout, pretty much obvious, like this one here. Well, if you are a trader or investor, you're not really looking to sell those contracts when the breakout occurred from the lower side of this sideways move, because it's not really smart. We are looking to go long with the trend. Well, recent trend is very strong. It's going up, so we are looking for long situations to come into the market. Anyway, this situation right here was something the same happened at this point. So somebody could think, and it would be a proper thinking, that we could enter the market somewhere around here. Only look, those candles, those green candles aren't specific strong, like I like to see something like happen here. We see sometimes very strong green candles, and we like to follow them. Those candles are regular ones, so we can't really see strong buyers coming in. But if somebody bought some contracts, I mean, it's all right. It's logic, so you're going with some logic, so it was okay. Only we see the stop loss would be placed somewhere below 34.44 or 34.25 level. So those two levels are important for stop loss when you're coming in long. Anyway, the breakout didn't really happen here, and we came down again, but the this level 34.44 was really respected. So the price came back, but the afternoon came into the European session, and really no buyers, no strong buyers came in. And of course, Tokyo and the end of US session gave us some kind of sellout, really not so strong, but it continued to drop next morning. And look about this drop right here. If we look at the same situation with the pound, with the British pound, the pound really gave us the first signal to go short here. I'm not saying about coming to the market. I'm saying the pound was driving the short side of euro as well. And euro came lower a little bit, just for short time, couple of hours, and it came back to the long side. You see here, I knew we gonna stop right here. I knew we gonna stop at some crucial levels, like this one, like 33.93, or we gonna stop somewhere around 33.57. It was pretty much logic and obvious, unless we saw different long candles like this red right here. Then I would be really concerned about the long move, and I would be even looking sometimes, maybe not this time, but sometimes I'm looking for the short side of the market to enter shorts when those candles occur. I mean, two or three of them with some kind of retracement like this one, like those two candles like this one, and coming back to the downside. Then I'm coming into the market just for a few minutes, few hours. It depends on the situation. Anyway, here the breakout occurred, but it didn't last long, and we see this green candle is showing us buyers came in to the market. So what do we do when we see this kind of breakout below the levels? The trend is growing strong generally at 4-hour chart, and we see this kind of situation. What do? We enter the market, and that's what I did. I went long around here with stop loss just below 34.26. Let's mark this one. It was somewhere around here. Why here? Let me take a few seconds to check the stop. So it was pretty much worth transaction. It was worth it to take the stop loss and see what will happen at those levels to take this profit, or take it more. Anyway, this transaction gave me at least 100 pips because I took a profit from this point. Anyway, this transaction is if anybody was coming into the market long before and it wasn't really a mistake, it just wasn't an attractive move, this person would be stopped out below these levels, and it would be a fail. Sometimes it's worth to wait for a real bargain at the market, to wait for something like this to happen and see if the buyers will came into the market again. Frankly speaking, when I saw this red candle right here and the price came back just a little up, I was thinking that this is the short retracement and we see sellers coming in again, and we might be interested in selling after breaking this point of 33.84, because it was the place when the price action stopped out through this sellout. Anyway, it didn't happen. Market came back to this level, and again, I thought from 34.26 it might be coming back down, but it didn't happen. So it was very interesting here. I waited a while, and the market showed us it's growing really to the next levels. You see, this support resistance 34.44 was really important. So when the market came here and retrace it just a little few points, I took the chance to buy some longs. So then what we saw, well, market met this level right here at 34.94 a few times. It came back a little bit. I've stayed with my stop loss because I was sure of this transaction, but this thing right here, this beautiful shadow, it really concerned me when I was looking at. Well, if I wouldn't be looking at the market, I would let the profit run to the both positions I've took. So I've split the profit. I mean, in my mind, the profit is always split it into two parts or even the three parts. And let me tell you what happens when I see this kind of shadow. Well, it might be a signal the market broke out again, but it didn't have the strength to follow. So when it came back here and this shadow occurred, we still had a bigger chances to go up, but it just wasn't so sure like it was when I was entering the market. So I took the profit around here. I took the half of the profit of the position. So it was for me, it was worth it to take half of the profit and move the stop loss to the tighter point to make it worth. Frankly speaking, I think I've entered somewhere here. I'm not sure what was the price I was entering. It was 30 something or 40 something. It was just above those breakouts. So maybe I was telling about 34.26 really, because I'm looking at the position that I moved my stop loss, and it didn't really clean out when the market came back to the same level I entered. So I think my real position was around here. Anyway, I will check it later. So we are talking about the market came back a little bit. It didn't stop my half of the position, which was still running. It didn't stop me out, and the market shoot out, and it led me to take 100 pips from the second part of my position. And now, frankly, I'm regretting I didn't have the third part of my profit to run, because really, when I was taking half of this position right here, I knew the market might be doing something like this. So I was taking half of the profit like, okay, I'm gonna take it in order to not regret when the market stopped me up somewhere here or here when it break down a little bit and came back to the upside. So it was something like you're thinking afterwards, what happened if? And most of the time you have to grab what you can from the market in order not to fall into some kind of dream that we could have very decent nice profit, but it didn't happen. Well, thank you for listening that. I hope this example was interesting. It was a classic setup of continuation pattern with fake breakout to the downside, which was pretty not profitable to move to different direction than trend overall trend is going. Let me mark you this this level right here. It was another continuation, the small rectangle continuation, and you see once and second time was successful. So we have strong buyers coming in following this move right here. We could enter the market somewhere around here or here when the price broke out, because it will be testing this level 35.01, maybe in the future, or if the strong move continues, it doesn't even meet this point again at this recent time. So thank you again. I hope you will see more interesting trades in our Forex trading video trades category, and you will find something useful to yourself and your training.